All right, so let's do electricity now and go through the machines. And
Yeah.
I did put handouts, and I broke up because I couldn't get, it was like 98 pages, so I couldn't upload the whole manual. So I split it up um, by type, like high frequency is all by itself, galvanic is all by itself, and ultrasonic. So that was better. So let's look at our chapter on the machines, which is 186. Is the polarity, the galvanic current, and the effects.
My webpage? No.
186 it starts at. So I have, most of this is in my, I did put my own writing, my own little explanation, because it's a lot there in the textbook. Under, let me share screen here. Under the notes for, whoops, let me just go back. Don't want to give you that quiz yet. So I did give you the notes on galvanic, the difference and the benefits, and then of high frequency. So it's kind of the featured section. It's highlighted, stands out. There it is. So the electrofacial, electrotherapy, how does it work? So it summarizes all of this from the Milady's book, which is chapter 8, page 186. So we talked a little bit about the benefits of electrotherapy is that it's anti-aging, it's toning and lifting of the facial muscles through micro lifting of the face. So the electrical currents pass through the skin to produce therapeutic effects. It's amazing. It's safe. It doesn't hurt people. I mean, you can tingle or kind of like make it not comfortable if you do things not properly. So we're going to cover that. And the manuals that I uploaded covers that in great detail. So this is an overview of my machine, but this facial machine use overview, but I'm going to do a video today of it, hopefully a little bit closer up, a little bit better view. And then I did put the pages here. Also, it talks about the procedures to use for the facials with electrotherapy is pages 448, 446, how come it goes lower? So 448 and up. Galvanic is on 459, 460, 461, 462, and 463. So I did, for anyone who doesn't have the textbook, I did screenshot them, and they are there from the textbook and from my lessons. Yeah. Oh, that's my lesson pages. Yeah, there they all are. Yeah. Sorry, I'm spinning through it. I know you can't read it, but they're all there. So that's my lesson handouts on electricity, like all the technical things about it, if you'd like that. And then there's like questions and answers, summary and review. So that's a good study guide there. And then, where did I put my ladies? Let me see. That's Okay, and then this is the Milady textbook. So here's your learning objectives on electricity, the key terms, and then we talk about the galvanic, so all of that. All right, so that should be studied, read through, because it's in detail. When I talk it through, it's like a lot of information. We started it last class in the afternoon. But let's do the practical side of it so that you get the gist of it, and then you can reread it and take some notes and make sure then when we come together on Tuesday, we can go through exactly that you understand the practical side of it, okay? So that's the textbook. Then I have the galvanic facial first. Okay, so the galvanic facial, let me just see here. Yeah, this is my writing. So I put down pretty much like everything that I say Is the teaching lesson is there? All right, because it's kind of tricky. You have to learn these words, and you'll have a review quiz next week on Tuesday on the site, which talks about the negative pole. There's 2 poles and 2 electrodes that you grab with galvanic. So you need to know, because you have to change them for different types of treatments. Okay, so it explains it there, and I will explain it by showing you rather than bore you by reading all that. Okay, so that's your study notes, galvanic, and then there's a galvanic facial, whole deep pore cleansing, okay, treatment on my husband. So he was my great deep pore cleansing, like a male facial model. And then here is my galvanic manual from my machine. So it's really good. I like this manual because it goes right into, oh, it's kind of promoting their products, which are terrible amounts with paraben and that, like they sent them free. I never used them at all, one time maybe. But with our products, we use, you know, it's much healthier for you, of course, but it does explain what everything does. And then it shows you the electrodes, okay, and the different types, and then the 2 main purposes that we use it for. Disincrustation cleansing is used with the negative ion, which actually helps to, delivers a negative charge, and this reacts with the pre-treatment product, which is our disincrustation product, to deliver it deep into the pores, allowing it to catalyze and create a chemical reaction that transforms the oils and sebum in the pores of your client's skin into a soft, soapy substance. So this is called anaphoresis. So you use negative solutions, which causes an alkaline reaction, which softens and relaxes the tissues and helps to increase the blood circulation, of course, but it especially does this ionphoresis, which creates, it melts the oil or the sebum and turns it into a soapy substance, saponification. Saponification. All right, so it's positive attracts negative and positive repels positive and vice versa. So you kind of need to know what like negative or positive are you using. This is the one that you kind of need to be scientific with and understand. The machines nowadays are much easier because you don't have to change the wires and figure it out yourself. It says, and I don't have to unplug anything. So it's much easier now. Okay, so on the next diagram here, it shows it here. Galvanic electrode that we're using is negative. So we're applying the negative. She grounds herself, the client, by holding the positive electrode. Okay, and what it does is it pushes the product in, which we use disincrustation liquid, into their skin, and it goes down into the pore to soften it and to melt it because it does create heat, and then it just comes out, like their clogged pores just unclog. Okay, you should only apply it to oily areas of the skin with disincrustation where there's more sebaceous secretions, often around the nose, T-zone, and forehead. Avoid drier areas such as the client's cheeks or neck. Never use disincrustation on their eyelids as irritation can result. And it's important that the operator, like you, of the galvanic machine, current machine, is aware of the polarity of the disincrustation cleansing solution. Okay, so next week maybe we'll try these, but you can get yourself like litmus paper where you do a little test of whether your products are alkaline or acidic. So we can go into that a little bit more, but what I use for disincrustation is I have this bottle here, and I labeled it like disincrustation, and I put distilled water. Make sure it's distilled water, not just a bottle of pure water, okay? Because there's minerals in regular water. So distilled water has no minerals in it. So you're working with electricity, you don't want minerals or metals in it. So distilled water, 8 ounces, and I mix it with a teaspoon of baking soda. Baking soda, like what you could brush your teeth with. Um, Baking soda you put in your fridge. It absorbs the smells in your fridge. Not baking powder, okay, but baking soda because it's alkaline. All right, so that's the best and the strongest disincrustation recipe that you can use. That's what schools use, and actually I've compared it to the disincrustation liquid that you pay like $32 for, and it works better. It works much, much better. So what we do then, let me show you the machine. Now I think I'm going to try to, hold on. Let me stop the screen share. And then let me pin my video and let me show it up close, maybe, hopefully. Okay. Yep, that'll work. I just got to tighten it, right? Okay. And I have to tighten this one. Boy, they get loosened. Let me stop the recording. Hold on here. While I set this up.